How is everyone? Welcome to the Storyteller's Heart Social Stream 6. We're going to get chatty. We're going to do a little bit of a sprint, but mostly it's going to be chatty. So I'm going to go ahead and let my lovely friends introduce themselves while I cough my lungs away. Take it away, Nia.
I'm Nia the Vixen of Fiction all over the interwebs. You can follow me here on YouTube. I also stream at 7:30 on Tuesday nights, and I stream on Twitch on Mondays and Fridays in the middle of the day, so you can come hang out with me there. And I host AuthorTubers React. We'll be back in the end of November for Friendsgiving. And I host Scripting the Book. We're going to do Dracula tomorrow afternoon. So if you want to come hang out with us for that or come watch it on the replay, those are the things I do, and those are the places I'll be. And you can always see me all over the place in people's chats. All of the people here when they stream, I'm in their chat if I'm not on the screen. Yeah,
she is everywhere.
I am not as good as Laura, but I try.
I one day aspire to be able to be everywhere. But in the meantime, I am writing mom Samantha L Nasset. This is not my channel, but on my channel, I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. I host live streams a lot like these on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sometimes we do writing sprints, and other times we just talk about whatever I want to. Like Monday, we're doing a Let's Talk with horror fiction. So just like basically sharing horror media that we enjoy and stuff. So.
Hello everyone, my name is Shannon. We are going this way, or was it the other way? Okay. I'm Shanon. I write under the pen name SC Huston, and I feel like I've said this a few times because I've been on. I thought I was on 8 streams, and I kept thinking I was missing one. I figured out the one I was missing. I'm on 9 streams for the Storyteller's Hearth.
So for my title.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm sorry.
I said it's okay. I'm on 11, not counting.
Oh, you're on 11. Gotcha. I know you said 9 earlier, so you added on a couple more, showed up a couple. I think, wasn't it you that maybe it was?
No, Jess. It was Jess.
Okay.
Was 9.
Okay. Someone would say they were on a lot, and I knew it was one of the hosts. So yeah, I've been on a few times, so most everybody knows my spiel. But yeah, I'm on YouTube under SC Huston. I do have a new book out that's not on retailers yet, but it's on Indiegogo. And if you would like to get it, it is on, you can get the paperback. And I just got the coloring book in, although I have to do another proof because there's a couple things messed up. But that's the coloring book that goes with it. It follows the story. So I'm really excited. I just got that. So, but yeah, do all the things. AuthorTube writing conference. Applications open in 2.5 weeks if you want to be a speaker. If you have a YouTube channel where you publish content about writing and or publishing, and that could be just talking about writing or publishing, if you've got an audience or there to hear what you're to say, then you can be a speaker. So anyone can apply. And the Secret Santa is going on. It used to be called the AuthorTube Secret Santa. I almost called it that. But we are open to booktubers and anybody else who just has a channel on YouTube that wants to participate. It's a great community building effort. And also it does good with the algorithm. And then I'm also part of the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks podcast with Morgan Lee and then pick from Running to Write. So I'll stop there.
Hello, everyone. My name is Morgan Lee. I have a YouTube channel where I haven't been posting anything or streaming, but I'm planning on returning to streams in November, and then I have plans for next year, but we'll talk about that later. I have 2 books out. First 2 in a dark fantasy trilogy. Book 3 will be coming out hopefully the beginning of 2024. And I'm part of the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks podcast and the Writer's Room with Tiffany and Barrett. And that's me.
And we're back to me. Like we should. No kidding. I'm Esther Maria Duhar. You are on my channel. I'm a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid author. I am sick. I write. I run the romance writers rooms. Rooms? Not multiple rooms, a single room. Which is a spin-off of the writers room. Run by Barrett Laurie, author Morgan Lee, and Tiffany Russell. And I'm part of the squad of AuthorTubers React. I hope that's everything I do.
You could
Yeah.
have rooms with the romance writer because you could have one for different genres. So you could have like the
Uh,
fantasy romance and the contemporary romance, and it's just so big.
I mean, sounds like eventually we'll probably have to create a Discord just for the
Yeah.
romance writers room. Probably we'll have to create it for both brands of the writers room. So let's say hi to some of our friends. So we got Felicia here. You all look so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. My germs don't think that. Hi, cool. We also got Shanon multitasking. We got Alice bouncing between friends from KDN to me, Esther. And also, we got Dolores looking from work. So, thankfully, we're not that chatty this early, so we can jump into the first sprint, get it out of the way, and then we can chat, which is what everyone loves to do in this social streams, including myself.
Exactly.
So we're gonna go ahead and do a 30-minute sprint using the beautiful timers by Laura Nettles. If you haven't subscribed to her, what are you doing? Fix that. Also, like always, all of the links to the event and to the co-hosts are in the description box. So check that magical box underneath us. Hey peeps, we got Andy reporting for chat. So we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. See you in a blip. And of course, my internet wants to not cooperate today. Come on.
Your internet's like I thought we were chatting.
You want one of us to share the timer instead?
Yeah, we can do that. Oh, I don't know
Oh.
what's happening. Wait.
It-
Oh, now it wants to work.
It's trying to decide what it
Jeez.
wants to do.
And no one, like, I'm the only one awake at this point. It really doesn't want to go when I
It's
share.
like you have
Literally, as soon as I stop sharing, it just goes.
It takes less
So,
bandwidth for it to just play than it does for it to play and share.
yeah.
apparently.
Or it's trolling you. No.
Also, spam that like button. This is completely on brand, so
Mm-hmm.
It's
let's
always so
try it
violent.
one more time. Let's do the window and see if it wants to cooperate, really. Huh.
The timer is like absolutely not.
Yeah, like
I've got one pulled up for you.
wait, stop sharing. And yeah, literally the moment I started sharing, it started going. So we're just gonna go from here. Whenever you're ready, Sam, hit the play.
3, 2, 1, go.
And that is time. How did we do, friends? How was that first 30-minute sprint?
It was good for me. I went and I got some tea, so my tea is ready. I made a pot so I can have another cup when I'm done. And I found some more images to put into my documents. So still working on outlining and plotting these stories.
Nice, nice. How about you, Sam?
I got quite a few things revised, and I'm going over with my critique part. He just came back as the sprint ended to like give me his thoughts on the revisions. So theoretically, I am now on page 10 of 17. So
I am working on a dragon head. My second book cover, my artist has done everything great except the dragon head. She's given me like 4 different ones, and I didn't like it. So I drew one. I decided not to use this one, but I drew this one, put it in my design program. But I realized that she's really trying to get the dragon head to look a little more forward, like 3/4 degree turn. And so I'm now doing another one, but I'm doing that one directly in the graphics design program. So I'm like sitting there drawing. So I bought this like thing to try to draw. There's a board that you can draw on. You can connect it to your computer, and it has a pen that goes with it. But I haven't gotten used to it yet, so I'm just using my mouse to draw.
Props to you for drawing with the mouse. I barely can sign with the
My hands
mouse.
get stuck like this because I'm like so hard.
Yeah, drawing with a mouse is like beyond annoying. Like I'm like, oh my gosh. So kudos.
I made progress. I don't know how much progress, but I made progress.
That's good. I just kept watching. I'm watching the last episode of a BL that I have showed to some people and finally ended. And I'm like slowly watching that final episode. Um, Also, we got Eva coming in while we were sprinting. She's enjoying her Tennessee visit and probably already went to sleep because they have a long drive tomorrow. And we also, who else got? We got also Ari coming in, who is working on a 5-hour footage of their plotter review, which is awesome. And then that went up so quick. Yeah, it went up pretty quickly. But I was like very much engaged, so I didn't realize. Also, yes, that drawing of that dragon head was beautiful. Like, love it. We got something mystery. I meant to open a page of research but got distracted by news. Blah. Oh yeah, that happens. It's life. So friends, the topic of the night that we will offer um useful or not so useful writing lifestyle tips and tricks. Just general or specific, however specific you feel comfortable sharing, of things that you have added in your lifetime, change in your lifestyle that kind of like ate your writing. Because, writing for we try to kind of like keep it separate, but it's really hard to separate your writing and the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So, who has something to
Oh,
share?
I don't at all separate my writing from the rest of my life, to the point where like my sister and I were weed whacking one day, and like the weeds kept clogging the weed whacker, and so I waxed poetically about the forbidden love between the weeds and the weed whacker, and how the weed whacker had to destroy their home and family, but they didn't want to, and so they were allowing themselves to get caught, like tangled up with the weeds. And my sister just looks at me and she's like, "Do you ever turn the brain off?" And I'm like, "Never."
No.
I love that. I love it.
So I just there was an author who, in an interview of hers I read, she somebody was like, "How do you juggle all of your like things? How do you juggle your like being a mom and kids and this other thing?" And what she said was, she was like, "No matter what you do, you're always going to drop one of the balls. So what you just have to figure out is which ones are more important at which time. So you just got to figure out like when you prioritize your writing versus when you prioritize your kids. Like normally my kids are prioritized, but for like write-a-thon weekends or when I can make somebody else's event or something, then I try to prioritize my writing because like this is my writing day." So her answer in that interview just really clicked with me.
I've heard that of that too, and I'm like, oh, that's a good. It's an analogy. It's what it's called. I was like, that is good. See, even the masters of call the words, whatever, whoever do the tumbling with the things, they always have to like drop something to get the other. Like,
Yep. You can't have
at any
them all
point, yeah. So something's got to give. You just got to decide what's gonna give.
Yeah, just gotta decide what's gonna give and when.
Yeah. On the more practical, I will say I definitely am better at, like, you see my wrist brace and the gloves that I use for when my fingers get numb. Um, and I mean, I'm not using it as much as I should, but I invested on a standing desk, so I could technically stand. I am not, because I'm sitting and I feel like I'm running a marathon, but those are kind of like a couple things. Oh, cup warmer. I am a very slow, warm drinker. So if I don't have a cup warmer, I will be like reheating my drinks every 10 to 15 minutes. So that's a life-changing thing for me.
Yeah, I am the queen of, oh, it's not hot anymore. It is now an ice drink. Go get some ice and throw it in there. I'm like,
I don't like cold drinks.
I'm like, that's what we're doing now.
I just reheat it over and over again, so I need a cup warmer thingy.
Yeah.
I'm lazy. I shall drink it in whatever form it has become. Unless it's like soda and it's gone flat, and then I'm like, I'm sorry. We were not meant to be.
Honestly, those cup warmers are like anything between $12 to $20. They are the best investment besides my laptop, I will say.
That's fair.
I keep using my cup warmers to melt the rest of my candles, the ends of my candles. You know that there's always wax left at the bottom.
Yeah,
this isn't going to waste. And then it'll melt it. And then once all the scent's gone, you could just dump it out, and I reuse the jars for crafting. So I'm like, that would work for my tea if I would ever use it for my tea, but I don't. I just throw some ice in there.
Yeah, I do that. I do have a candle that I'm still slowly using the warmer, but the tea is the priority, not the candle.
Yeah. It will be once winter is upon us. There's like 2 months of the year. Usually like the end of January, February, and then into March where I'm like, everything is so that's when I'm like, no ice drinks right now.
Yeah. Also, quick hellos to Joanne and Anna. What makes your writing life less good? I'm not sure how to answer this. I'm sleepy,
Time.
maybe.
Time.
Less good?
Not having enough time.
Yeah,
Being
That
sick.
makes it
that's a
less
good
good.
Yeah.
answer.
Being sick.
Having a chronic illness,
Yeah.
especially one that
Yes.
gives the like any chronic illness that messes with your mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brain fog, fatigue, all those things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nerve damage. Just like, oh, I need to sit. Nope. Sitting hurts. Need to
Yeah.
stand. Standing hurts too. Okay, great. We're just
Yeah.
existing right
Having a
now.
full-time job.
That.
Facts.
that.
Facts. That's just like the mic drop of the night. Full time. That's just.
That
Can
really
we
helps writers.
unsubscribe? Can we writers who enjoy and would like to have more time to
Don't let
write?
read you
Can
to
we
your shoes.
unsubscribe?
Yeah.
That's rough.
Okay, but don't let read you chew your shoes. If I lose another pair of shoes, because you, Maddie
Eva
used to
says
eat
treating
my
it
shoes.
like it has value is a good trick. Okay, yes. Whether you publish or not, you gotta respect that what you're doing has merit, even with you doing it. Yes,
Mm.
that's 100%. Like 100%. Yes, Shannon.
Yeah.
Yes. 100% yes. But yeah, do you treat it like something important, whether you have plans to publish it or not? Because
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's important. If you wouldn't spend the hours that we spend writing if it wasn't important.
Yeah. And I think this is
And trying to, I know that like it can be hard for some people, but like definitely also setting boundaries for your family and friends to let them know, hey, this is important to me. Like, because my family and I go to Boo at the Zoo, there was a year, and we almost had to do it again this year, where we went on the Friday of the Storyteller's Hearth, and I streamed the welcome ceremony from my phone as we were walking through the zoo.
I
And it's like,
remember that welcome chat. That was
Yeah.
like, oh,
and
we're in
like
a full trip.
my family, they respected it, and because I was like, hey, this isn't gonna take me long, but like, you know, I help organize this writing thing, and like I want to do this so that I can at least open the thing with everyone like I normally do. And my family's like, yeah, no, go ahead, do your writer thing. So, and then like when we make plans and stuff, like when we were planning Boo at the Zoo this year, I was like, well, this is the weekend that my like writing event is, and I'm like, we can go this weekend. I just might have to, like, if we go at the same time as welcome ceremony, I'll have to stream again. And my mom was like, oh yeah, I remember you doing that. So like even having that like little bit, just the little bit of, you know, respect and stuff for that, so they're not just treating it like it's, you know, like, oh, what, you don't want to spend time with your family, or you're always on your phone or stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
Also,
helps a lot.
I wanted to, so we can kind of like add to the family thing, also friends. How having writing friends have changed your writing lifestyle for you guys? Because I'm pretty sure all of us have very like close knit writer friends that we talk almost on a daily basis. And I imagine, because it has impacted my writing, but I imagine it has impacted, hopefully for the better, you too. If it's
As
not impacting for the better,
You need to
I
get
have
new friends.
to consider those
your
friendships.
writer friend.
Another writing circle.
Um,
Yeah.
for me, I started like writing because I wanted to pursue a career as an author since like middle school. And as an outgoing extrovert who literally will just throw my first draft at anybody willing to read it. So I often would have my high school friends and stuff read it. And then I also wrote on fanfiction.net where readers can just like leave comments and reviews and stuff that the, that the writer can look at and respond to if they want. And then after I had my kids and stuff, I like had been out of the fan fiction community, and I wanted to more find like a writing group and stuff for the original like fiction and everything. And it was so rough to like be motivated and stuff because I'm like, I want people to read it. I want to know their thoughts. And like it definitely having writer friends and stuff that I can talk about all of this helps for like in really great ways. Like for example, my best friend is also my alpha critique partner. He sees the drafts before anybody else sees them. And like there was this paragraph for one of my transformations where he was like, the transformation is kind of described blandly. And I'm like, well, I want it to have like this sort of feel or vibe. And so we went back and forth for a little bit and it let me articulate out loud what I wanted from the paragraph, which I then went back and revised it. And I feel like it's a much stronger paragraph now. And it's like, there wasn't necessarily anything wrong with it before. It's just a lot better now. But if I didn't have a friend who was willing to like do that back and forth, then I don't think I would have made that paragraph better, like on my own, because it just helps to like talk things out and stuff. And I've had critique partners where when I try to like discuss things with them, they'll say that like, well, like they don't want to argue. And I'm like, I'm not trying to argue. I just need to understand what's wrong with it to fix it. Like I'll delete the whole fucking thing if I need to. I will slaughter all the darlings. Does not matter.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna do a parentheses because this is so effing cold.
Oh, let me zoom out. Sorry, I was working on it.
Shannon,
That's all I got.
this
today.
is so incredibly cool.
Still working on
Nice.
I'm trying to get that jaw right. I've changed the shearing on it a few times, but I can't quite get the lower jaw quite right. It feels weird. But
it looks a little thin, like a little skinny compared to the top part.
Okay.
This might sound weird, but look up horse skulls and that might help.
Actually, this whole lower jaw here. Look, this hold on. This I got all from a horse.
Yeah, I was
There's more
gonna
to it. I deleted it.
Yeah,
that has helped me with my dragon as well. So like, yes, that's a
like
good
weirdly enough, horse skulls just dragon heads look like horse skulls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much. Nice job, Shannon.
Yeah. It's really good.
And you're doing all that with a mouse, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I remember
talent.
Yeah.
And patience.
Yeah. I remember starting off with a mouse, and I just my husband saw me so frustrated that him and my son, they went out and got me a Wacom pad. Because they were like, you look really super frustrated. I'm like, you don't understand. You want to just make a little tiny movement, but it's the mouse. And I'm like, and it's hard to explain it. And that is one of the reasons why it's good to have writer friends, because just like we're trying to explain the little movements on the mouse, sometimes your family, they don't understand that, just like they don't understand all of the little details and the little frustrations with writing, because they're like, well, you're in your office for 3 hours, so the book is done. And it's like, no.
Didn't even start.
It's like, I was just thinking, not one word has been written.
Bruh, if you could finish a whole book in 3 hours, though.
Yeah.
Props.
I know, right? No. So it's like they don't get it because they don't write. So it's nice to have other people who you could say, I sat in my office and I thought for 5 hours about the story. No words were written, but a lot of thinking happened. And people are like, yeah, totally get that. Other people are like, so you sat in your office for 5 hours and did nothing. And it's like, no, I did a lot.
Like, look, my brain is tired from all the work my brain did. Okay.
Yes, like this story is really getting fleshed out in my head. Tomorrow I'll start writing some of it down. But yeah, because I think that you'd feel like that if someone was doing accounting and they just went in their office and stared at the screen or stared through Pinterest all day. You'd be like, wow, they're just looking through Pinterest for hours. And it's like, no, you don't understand. The story is coming together in my head. So it's nice to have author friends who understand the different processes and how our brains work. And even if our brains don't all work the same, you gotta get it, you know. We're just gonna watch Shanon work. I love this. You know what that does? It really makes
a relaxing like draw with me while we talk about.
I know that's exactly what I was like. Let me pull out my iPad. We'll do a draw with me now because this is fun.
I'm like at the point though. I'm like, I don't know what I want to do horns, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. I need to bring in my other drawing because I like the horns on this guy here that I drew, but I don't know how to get them at the right angle.
Yeah, those would look tricky from the.
Because of the angle that you're trying to do the face.
Yeah, because it's more of a 3/4. Like I haven't figured out his left eye yet. I know it's supposed to go there, but I haven't figured that part out yet.
You might not see the left eye from that angle, depending on how like far over the eyebrow spike goes.
Yeah, I've kind of pictured it like in this area right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll look nice.
How's having writing friends for you, Morgan and Shanon, have changed or enhance your life?
Can you ask again?
Yeah, how having writer friends has enhanced your writing life?
Oh, just having someone who understands what it means to be a writer. You know, like it's not a done thing, but it's like, oh, you're sorry, good, you're good, right? No.
No, now I gotta revise, and now I gotta edit, and now I gotta.
Like, you're gonna do it again?
Yep. Yes. Gonna write it again.
And they're like, oh, so that's the same story you were working on, like at the beginning of the year. Yeah, that same story.
Same story.
That same story, yes.
Oh, is that the one you showed me last year? You're still doing that one?
Yeah. Oh, then it's done now. It's like, no, it hasn't even seen the editor yet. No.
Yeah.
It's like, you see, I had to like replot it and rewrite it and take out some characters that now are on another story.
Then I have to change the tense now, and then I have to change POVs. You know, it's just it's a long process.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with like what everybody else has said. And then as well, it's just, I feel like having writer friends has made my own writing stronger because like seeing someone, especially like having critique partners or just like sharing our writing, like on the writer's room or old critique group live and stuff like that. Just having other other people's writing so we can take away like strengths and weaknesses like from each other. So that's nice because I'd never shared my writing with anybody before. Like when I was young, because I've been writing since I was like in high school, middle school.
High school, buddy.
And I would hide it. Like if you touch my notebook, I'd probably cry and scream because I didn't want you to read it.
Oh,
but,
no.
Yeah. So having writing.
That's so interesting. That is so interesting because I have told this already multiple times. I had a Pocahontas notebook where I hand wrote a story, and every time that I finish a chapter, then it will run. I wouldn't say my entire class, but I would say legit half of my homeroom class was reading it. So it was just like, I knew who I give it the notebook first, and then I know who's gonna give it back. I never knew the order. how they share it. So that was kind of like my first array of writing and sharing, but they never like they were reading it as readers. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
anything that they will say was like as a reader perspective. I think I got writing related feedback when I got like really into fan fiction because I participated in a lot of fanfic fests, and usually people who are not prone to writing but they want to participate, then they do beta reads. So that was how I got critique and kind of like started building a skin. It's not tough, but it's there. I can get hit a couple of times and then I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
ouch.
My skin used to be paper thin. It's a lot thicker now though, so it's good.
So recently, my mom was cleaning out her closet and she gave me all this stuff from basically elementary and middle school. And these are two of the first books that I ever made.
That's
Oh, that is so cool.
There's a poem in here that I like read it. Oh, here it is. And I read it and I was like, this is such a me, like this poem is proof that I have not changed at my core very much when it comes to my writing. It's like there's no knowing what we shall see. We might see some brontosaur or battlesauruses or a never-ending mystery, or maybe a cabbage-saurus, and we may find the bare necessities. We may see unicorns with wings that glide, or how about a monster with 79 heads of mush? Sorry, it like cut out a letter. I was like, what does that word? Or maybe a draggle that lied, or a bush made of hair that we'll have to brush. And I was like, all those made up monster words right there.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh.
Battlesauruses.
It's still very cool.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Very, very cool.
That was from elementary school, so.
Also, we got a fun fact about dragon anatomy. I think I do have a dragon anatomy book from Scholastic when I used to work with them. Anyways, their eyes are often placed the same way prey eyes are as opposed to predator eyes. Interesting.
Yeah, because predators, our eyes are like on the front, but
Mhm.
prey eyes are on the sides so that they have a wider range.
Yeah, that's true. Dropping in because plans canceled, trying to change my mood with dancing. Who do we have to
Ooh.
visit? This is the
Yeah.
most PG way that I can say what I'm actually thinking and meaning. Who do
Mhm.
we have to
Say
visit?
PG. Shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm saying PG and then I'm like here, like,
No,
who
okay.
who do
Nobody
we
can
want to
say an
visit?
F. If we raise to a PG-13, one person can say F. We only get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do we have to fudge?
I've got a fun fact about
Yes.
my first like critique partner, but I didn't know that's what it was a friend of mine in my French class, and we both like to write. We found out we both like to write, and we went to practice our French. So we'd write in English, but then we'd write our note like, "Hey, this is what I need help with," and we'd write it in French. And we had a notebook.
That's
We did it both in the
clever.
same notebook, and we would just give the notebook back and forth every time we were ready.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty clever.
That's cool.
We have to redact it.
That is really cool. Also, this is like I love kind of like how pun-y without being a pun is. Who do we have to redacted?
Yeah.
Love it. I may take a screenshot of that. That was good. Saying hi. And yes, this is like watching Shannon live drawing a dragon. This is just like This is wonderful, honestly. You should do this
It
more
is.
often, Shannon, in your lives. Totally loved it. No, Duolingo, I don't want to do anything related to you.
Stop hunting me down,
Oh, I think I
Alex.
need to do my Duolingo for today.
I think
I
I
can't
did it
remember.
for today,
This
but
is your Duolingo reminder.
Yeah, I'm like, did I do it at midnight? I don't remember if I did.
I mean, it's not a reminder. It's just someone congratulate me that I finished the October challenge, and I'm like, thank you. Uh,
Good for them.
Also, good night, Andy. Thank you for coming by, and it was fun to be in your stream.
I'll jump to Margaret's, but I watched Bob Ross. I watched his channel on Twitch, all of his old reruns, and I'll try to mimic very badly his work.
Yeah, I mean, I think
No
a lot of
mistakes.
us should do our. I'm sorry.
Only- Sorry, I was just gonna say there's no mistakes, only happy little accidents.
Yep, that's right. Yes.
I say most of us would probably do art. We probably watch a lot of people before and then we see what they're doing and try to see if we could do it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I had the
Is there
same
anything?
reaction, Margaret. Sorry.
What? Oh, this?
Oh.
It's like zombie roll.
It's like he has a rerun channel.
Yes.
I mean, there could be a conspiracy.
I mean, there could be. But yeah, no, it's just a
Also,
rerun channel.
welcome.
It's fun when one pops up and I remember it. I'm like, I remember that from when I was a kid. I think were they reruns? They might have been reruns on PBS when I was a kid. I don't even remember. I think he did it for years. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I only saw reruns of his show. I don't know. That's something that I can Google.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was even watching movies when he was alive. Who knows? So we have a couple of days before Nano starts. Is there anything that you guys do to make your life easier when you're like tackling that kind of challenge?
Well, my answer is very short. I don't do Nano, and that makes my life easier. Like, for clarity, it's nothing against Nano. It's just once October hits, we've got Halloween, which is the biggest holiday for my family, and then my oldest birthday, one of my niece's birthdays, and then November hits, and it's my husband's, one of my cousin's wife, my mom's, and my niece's, my daughter's birthdays, and then December, I think we've got 3 nephews' birthdays in December, plus Christmas and Yule. So it's like October hits, and it's and the universe just goes, bitch, you're gonna be lucky if you get a word written in a month. So I can't fit Nano in there, but I do like host sprints and stuff so that people to support people who do Nano.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even if you're not participating of the event, you can still participate within the community.
Yeah.
Like, regardless if you're writing. Like, if that's the month that you set aside to recharge, still come along. You can talk about the things that you already done.
That's the month I look at my writing ball and the juggling and then just toss it in the bin for the year.
I don't do anything to make my life easier. I think that's why I use Nano so much.
Yeah, I don't do anything different. Well, unless someone's like, oh, let's do something like rewards or something, then I'll come up with something to do a reward. But other than that, my writing time is what my writing time is. That doesn't really change. If anything, it gets less because of the holidays that come up. So I have to actually work around holidays and try to get the 50K. But I like a challenge, so that kind of like drives it. So it's not always good words. I think last year was the first nano that I did where I was like, oh, this is actually stuff I'm going to use. Like I can get the 50K, but half of it's going to be trash to me. It's trash to me. Well, I did that.
That was part of the reason that I stopped, because I used to do nano before I had kids, but then like a lot of the attitude around nano was, now this was years ago and not in the AuthorTube writer community, but in the writer community I was in when I did nano. There was basically just a lot of the words matter and your word count matters, but it doesn't like matter what you write. Some people would even brag that sometimes they just copy paste the same sentence until they can hit a word count. And I'm like, but what is the point of that?
Yeah.
Like you don't win anything like tangible. It's not like you have to like.
And then there were people who are like, oh yeah, I've like won nano 4 or 5 years in a row. But then like when you go looking for any of the things that they've written, which I'm not saying everybody has to like share the things they've written. I'm just like, you're telling me like how many words you got and how many times you won, but absolutely nothing about your story. Like, questionable. So I like swore off nano. But then the writing community on YouTube, like I feel has a much healthier perspective of people try, but if they can't, then they just kind of accept that. And it is more about actually working toward the project and not just the word count. So I'm like, damn, if only I had the time now that I used to.
Yeah.
It could be fun. But I no longer can't, so unfortunately. But that's also why I try to do the live streams and like heavily support the people who are doing nano. And so
also I'm gonna do a parentheses because I am Hispanic, so the chismosa is in me. Boyfriend Margaret, are we just dropping that word out of nowhere? Just be like, oh, by the way, I got a boyfriend and I just bought 2 chickens. Huh?
I just bought
a boyfriend for a little bit.
Yeah, is it?
I think
so
she's
I'm
had a
assuming
boyfriend
this
for
is
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
It's
assuming
new
this
to
is
me.
the same guy.
Yeah.
It's new to me, and I love the chisme is my blood. It's part of who I am.
Yeah, it's funny. The first nano that I participated in AuthorTube, the comic book that's coming out of that now is actually what I'm drawing now. I was like, I haven't drawn in so long because I've been doing so much prep. So Shannon's drawing is making me want to draw. This is the project that half the words were useless, but I'm like drawing in it now. So I found some use out of that word. Yeah, recycling. So it hasn't gone away, but a lot of like I would say a good 40% of what I wrote, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to use this. We'll just fish it over here. But the other 60%, I'm like, I can make something out of it.
But I will say with this, back to the nanoing kind of situation, very early in the community, like it was all about the numbers and the badges and all that, and it's just like everything when you kind of like hit a certain point that it's not conducive to your life and it's more detrimental than constructive, people start changing. And I think that's what we're seeing now. People are like, I will try. If I make it, great. If I don't, great. I work on it.
Yeah. And like this year, I'm going to be a total rebel. I'm not doing one nano. I do want the badges though. So I will be giving myself, it's like we get to do it how it works for us. Me, I want the badges. I made little badges magnets. I'm like putting my little magnets up on the days that I hit the thing. That kind of makes it a little bit fun for me. It makes it more like a game. So it makes the challenge of it enjoyable. But also, I'm going to be a rebel. I'm not trying to write 50K in one novel. I'm going to be working on 5 different short stories. So I'm like, and there are people who are like, why is there a rebel badge? That's not right. And it's like, well, here we are doing our own thing. So I feel like that might be an evolution as well. Just kind of our more laid back attitude. Even on my own streams, we'll come back for word counts, and I'm like, I'm not giving a word count. I did stuff. It's fine. Things got done. I feel productive. I feel grit. You know?
Yes.
And then sometimes it's like, even if I just sat and chatted or just hung out in the chat, that's what my brain said it needed during these sprints. So that's what we're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I use my streams to more do like admin work or like check my emails and stuff. Especially like since I've kind of just set my laptop up by the desktop and I don't really take my laptop out of this room anymore. So there are days that go by that I am not on the laptop because I didn't want to get out of bed. So the sail on the dragon head?
Yes.
Yes.
Margaret has a request for Shanon.
Oh, the sail. Yeah, I haven't got the sail yet, but I've got the neck is going to be right about here is where I kind of put the line. And then, so then the sail will come out here.
Mm.
So the sail, that's this part. I don't know if you can see it. That's this part out here.
Okay. Nice.
The membrane.
So ladies, how about we do the second 30-minute sprint?
Oh, but the drawing was so fun. Okay. Back to work.
We can get back to, but I mean,
hold on,
I have
just let
one
me
of
figure
the
out if I use the correct terminology for what I'm thinking of.
I have one of the hosts. I need to, whatever little rule it's here, abide
Laura.
to it. So they can invite me again.
Well, this is the no rules one, or less rules one, or lax rules one. So it's funny because I did the first stream and I'm like, I'm not going to let the first stream go off the rails. They'll be like rethinking it immediately. Like, we're never doing that again. So it's like, we're not going off the rails on the first stream.
He is like, I will not be the one who ruins it forever.
Everybody will be mad at me forever. You had one job, Mia.
Good luck, Gary.
Have fun.
Bye,
Have fun.
So for record/reference, the thing that I think you were calling the sail that goes between the horns reminded me of the membrane of bat wings. But I needed to make sure I was using the right word. So
I always think of like the Spinosaurus. That's how I think of it in my head. But the Spinosaurus has it on the back, but I want it on the neck.
Yeah.
I
even showed her a picture of the Spinosaurus, my book cover designer, but she didn't ever add the sail on any of the dragons. Like, she kept showing me 4 different dragon heads, and none of them had the sail. So I'm like, okay.
Wow, you think that she'd get that? Oh,
on, baby, you won't be.
I mean, but she's been good at other things, so I mean, I can't complain. You know, some things just. And I do remember my husband. He said, "Well, did you tell her the sail?" I said, "Yeah, I even showed her a picture of Spinosaurus." He's like, "No, did you show her just the sail?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't do that." So maybe she didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah. Maybe she's like, is she talking about something on the wing?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess it's just in my head, like, I know what it is because my son was like so into dinosaurs, and Spinosaurus is his favorite dinosaur. So it's like, I know everything about the Spinosaurus. I know what that means. But I was like, oh yeah, she might not be in that position.
Okay, are we ready?
We are ready.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. What, babe?
in time, friends. That is the last sprint of this social stream. Oh, that were almost did not got out of my throat. How did it went for you
Oh,
guys? I kept
uh,
watching the episode. Still have 10 minutes left.
I'm going to speed through really quick. I'm down on page 11. I'm editing a sentence where it's like tinted green from the neon lights filtering into the alley and her crystal green eyes glowing in the dim light. And I'm like, no, I can't use lights and lights so close together. And I'm like, in the dim glow, eyes glowing in the dim glow. No, can't do that either. But also, my stream starts in 5, so I have to skedaddle.
Yes.
It was lovely hanging with all of you. Check out my website, SamanthaLNasset.com, to see all the things that I'm doing. You can follow me on all my social medias, which are linked down below. And I'll catch you all later. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye, Sam.
Bye.
I
How was that
scrolled
for you, Nia?
It went well. I'm now putting a map into my world building documents. So you guys know I like map building thingies. So that was fun. Not enough time. I'm like, oh, I'm still doing the thing. So yeah, it's always good when you're happy to be doing the work. So that's good.
And I got my other horn added and a little bit of the back of the head to the dragon.
Nice.
Nice. What you, Morgan?
I just scrolled on TikTok because my head is hurting more, and now my back is hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens. We're almost wrapping it up. Quick, we got Heather coming in, and we also got JC coming in. Margaret was talking about doing some blog footage and all that. We love it. Well, this should be interesting, bearing on foreseen shifting. I've got Nano 2 mornings, 3 afternoons, and 2 evenings a week. Hope I can turn it on. Nice. And then Heather is planning 12 days of Christmas content. Oh, we're planning ahead. And as someone who plans ahead, I still haven't think of December. I'm like, December is still so far away. So let's wrap it up with like the last tip or trick that you will like to share about either your writing or the things in your life that aid your writing, since some of these things can help people with the NaNoWriMo season.
Yeah, I would say one thing is when you've got a family that's on board, the people that are around you are on board with what you're doing. Even when they mess up, they catch themselves. Like I'll be streaming and they'll come in the office because I'm mom, even though the sign on the door says busy. But as soon as they see me, they'll be like, oh, are you streaming? And I'll like, and they'll be like, okay. And they back out. They get it. So it's nice to have them being super supportive. And they're funny because I'll say, oh man, I wish I had something. And without even thinking about it, 2 weeks later, one of the kids or my husband has got the thing for me. And I'm like, what? They're like, well, you said this was bugging you, or wouldn't it be cool to have this thing? And so it's nice to have people that even if they don't get it, they get you enough to be understanding that that's your thing and go for it. So if you can find some people that will do that for you, you maybe you've got one kid who doesn't get it and one kid that does. If they can like do with a little bit of interference, even my mom is on board now. She'll call me and she'll be like, "Oh, are you streaming?" I'm like, "Yes, Mom, I'm streaming." She's like, "Okay." I'll go then. I'm like, you don't have to whisper. They can't hear you, Mom. She's like,
That's cute.
so yeah, it's nice. I feel like when my husband jumped on board and my girls were the ones that were always pushing to you should do this, you should do this, because my youngest daughter was doing the short stories with me. So they were really, and so when my husband's like, oh, this doesn't have to be a hobby. If you want to do it, you can. And I'm like, really? And so to just see everybody kind of like fall in line with that and get it has been like really, really nice. So if you can get the tribe of people around you outside of your writing life that can be that support, that's really awesome. Other than that, my other advice is have fun with it, enjoy it. Don't let it get you too stressed out, because it's a lot, and it's a lot more than I ever thought it was, with especially with learning to do things that you're not good at or used to. And for me, that'd be like marketing and newsletters. I'm like, that is so stressful. So to find ways to just relax and try to have fun with it, and the people in the writing community who have done it are so helpful. So it's honestly, it's just in all aspects surrounding yourself with people that are going to be that positive reinforcement. So that's my best tip and trick. Get those people.
Love it. I love both of those things.
Mhm.
So I always kind of say this one thing, so I'll stick with it. I'll add another one, but the one I always say is remember to celebrate your wins, no matter how small, because you're getting something done. So celebrate what you are able to get done. And I would say the second one is remember why you're doing it. I mean, for me, I know it's because I love writing. So if it comes down to basics, the basics are I just love writing. So that's where it comes down to.
I've been trying to think of one.
I was like, wait, was I supposed to add something more?
And I don't have anything. My head is not making thoughts.
I mean, you do have a headache, so we can
Yeah.
understand. I will be on the like pragmatic side, and I say this everywhere. This is why I man people take care of yourself.
Mm.
That's the most important thing. Take care of yourself. If you need to prep food for the week, do that. If you need to talk to your family and be like, okay, out of the 7 days, we need to uh buy food out from the outside. Who am I? Uh, uh, I don't know, 2, 3 days a week, budget it in, talk with your family. If someone has to like come in and do the cooking, you gotta, it's important writing, but we cannot like solely focus so much into writing that our health gets the non-existent sick. Like if we are not okay, writing is not gonna get done. So take care of yourself, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing that Margaret
So,
said, like, what, no notes for later since Morgan's a star editor. And I was like, yeah, Morgan gets some
Yeah.
editing notes for us.
yes, love it.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, I don't know.
Like, what do you see? What do you see the most often? Or pick out something in my work that you talk about if you can remember. I know it's been minutes since you've seen my work, so maybe that's not a good one. But what do you see most often?
Um, I think that the thing I see most often is, as far as like stuff to fix in writing, is passive voice and using too many words. So like, yeah, there's a simpler way to say things instead of like, yeah, words are hard.
Like instead of saying you
don't over,
stand, I
yeah,
stand
don't
up. You can just say I
overcomplicate
stand.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I've been doing that a lot, like up, down, like kneel down. You don't have to say that. You can just say kneel because it means down. Climb means up, so you don't have to say climb up. Things like that.
Yeah. It's like, don't over clarify. Your
Yeah, but this
readers
is Nano.
are smart.
So Nano doesn't I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but like if especially if it's your first draft, I say don't worry about
Yeah.
any of those things. Just write the story and don't worry about it being or sounding perfect. Because you're just telling a
Yeah.
story to yourself. At least that's how I do my first drafts.
Yeah. And also if in this stage of your drafting you have to like consistently said he said, she said, just go with it.
Yeah.
Like
You can take it
you
out,
can
or
do
somebody
then
can take
do
that later.
Control F and find all the set and change them, but you
Yeah.
know, don't sweat the small things. Not yet.
Yeah.
I have a ton of stuff that I've written like that this weekend because I'm dictating and I'm telling myself not to edit. And I'm like, I don't know what word to use here other than this cliche. Fine, the cliche is going in. I'll change it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make a big highlight. I do a red highlighter when I know I'm like, yeah, no, I know this has got to go, but the brain's not telling me what it needs to be right now.
Yeah.
Big red highlight.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm having a brain fart moment. I'm like, what about TWSS?
I
Huh?
don't know what that
I
is.
don't know either.
No.
No, nothing's coming to me.
So
Like,
weekend,
should I
Saturday,
know?
Sunday.
I feel like I should know this, but my brain is like, I am so is
That's what
Oh,
she said.
that's what she
oh,
That's what
that's
she
what she said.
Okay.
Oh,
said.
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness.
it is late, so at this
I
hour,
have heard that before. Now that I think about it, I'm like, but I didn't
Yeah,
remember that.
I'm
that
like,
could be a game.
There you
Just
go.
yeah,
guess what I'm trying to say.
instead of he said, she said. I mean, if the character is kind of like that, kind of like jokey, wink, wink, innuendo kind of person, oh yeah, I will overuse the one. That's what she said, just for ish and giggles. Um, but yes, friends, it's late for my friends here in the bottom row.
Yep.
They've been champions holding out to this hour. Like Dia and I were just like, oh, it's just 11 p.m. Even though I'm sick, I'm like, oh, it's just 11 p.m. It's not that
Yeah.
late. But Morgan and Shannon are like in bed. Their
Yes.
heads are in
Yeah,
bed.
we're
They're
like,
not here.
Hour and a half past my bedtime.
Yeah, so we're just gonna do outros and let us know where you're gonna be next. And yeah, what we can, if you have anything planned for NaNoWriMo, let us know what you have planned so we can look forward and support you.
nice. Well, I'm the Big Sniff Fiction everywhere, all over the internet. Tuesday nights at 7:30. I stream. I will be streaming this Tuesday. We're Becca's supposed to be joining me, and Laura, and we're gonna dress up. We'll see how this works. I usually do superheroes because they're easy to tell that you're in a costume. I'm trying something eclectic this time, and I think I'm gonna look like I'm just dressing badly and wearing bad makeup. I'm afraid that's what it's gonna look like. But we'll see how it comes out. And then tomorrow afternoon, we are doing scripting the book. We're doing Dracula. We've watched Renfield, and we're doing Dracula. So if you want to take a break from the write-a-thon, you can come join us. But feel free to watch us on the replay. It's all good. We get most of our watches on the replay anyway, because we just record it. It's our book club, so we record it to talk to ourselves about it. So, but that's what I will be doing tomorrow. Other than that, I will be in everybody's chats when I'm not doing scripting the book. So I'll be hanging out with you guys. What else do I do? I write
What are you
stuff.
doing for Nano?
What am I doing for Nano? I'm doing my regular sprints, and I might pick up some extra sprints over on Twitch. It depends on what everybody's doing on YouTube. I went daytime over on Twitch because I felt like there were a lot of streams on YouTube, but then like I don't know if it was just this month. I'm like, where are all the YouTube streams? So I'm gonna wait. I want to wait and see what everybody's doing. So if I do a pop up or something, it'll be over on Twitch. But I'm hoping that my daytime writer friends will be doing more daytime streams.
Well, I had cut back to 2 days a week, and then I think Morgan dropped off this past month as well. So
yeah, that's probably might be what I'm missing. I'm like, what's going on? I'm working by myself. You get used to working with your friends. Seriously, I'm like, oh, it's not as fun by myself.
Agree. I've been missing that notification of Morgan's live, and I'm like here, like
I know.
hello,
I was like, wait, I'm not getting notification, and I was like, no, she doesn't have a live. What happened?
Yeah.
So yeah, for my fellow writer friends, when you don't stream, we do miss you. So I know at least I miss you guys. So I'll be looking forward to everybody else's streams who picks up those extra nano streams. So you will see me hanging out in their chats. But I'll be sticking with my Monday, Fridays on Twitch and Tuesday nights on YouTube. But, yeah.
Well, I am streaming 4 different streams tomorrow. I actually start at noon my time, which is 1 Eastern, and go all the way to the end of my stream, which is the last stream of the write-a-thon. So that's like a long time to go, but it'll be fine. Hopefully I'll get this short story done. But I am first thing in the morning at 8 o'clock my time, a.m. So 9 a.m. for Eastern with Kat. And I'm also doing a Halloween stream too, but mine's during the day. Then I'm dressing up. So, which if anyone is around during the day and they want to dress up, you can come join me. I have, people coming in and out throughout the stream as they get off work and stuff like that. So if anyone wants to join, you're welcome to join. I am sprinting pretty much every day in November. I think the only day I'm going to take off is Thanksgiving. So right now that's what it looks like. But yeah, I am. But I had cut down to 2 days a week before that because I knew we had lots of stuff with the AWC, which applications open in 2.5 weeks. So you get ready for that. And I do have a book. My link tree, I think, is probably down below, right? You've got everybody down there. You can still get my book. I'm probably going to have to make an announcement because what I just found out, which was not said anywhere, I have it on Indiegogo. Well, I just got this notice that said I won't get my payout until I hit $100. And I'm only at 45. And I've already fulfilled some of this stuff. And I'm like, but you don't. And I looked all over the website and it was like, oh, sorry, I don't know if that was loud. I don't know if it was anywhere else, but I couldn't find it anywhere where it said you had to have at least $100 to get payout. I'm like, well, at least the stuff I've already fulfilled was just digital. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I do have one that's waiting on me. That is now, I hit everything. That is physical, but I'm like, I'm not gonna fill that until I find out what I need to do. And my coloring book just came in, which you can also get on Indiegogo. It's a coloring book. You can get it as an e-file or as the full thing. And Morgan, don't get it because I'm sending it to you. So. So I plan on once I get everything done, I'm putting everything together in a box and sending it to you. That's my critique part.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah. So I thought I'd say that ahead of time so you can go get it. I was going to give it to you. I was going to give you the book, and then you went and got the paperback on the Kickstarter. I was like, no, I was going to do that. I was going to give it to you. So
I'll still take it. I can put this in the library or something. This other one.
Christmas present.
Yeah.
There you go.
My turn. My name is Morgan Lee. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm with Shanon tomorrow on her stream for the Write-a-thon weekend relay, whatever it's called. I think I'm going to stream. I don't know when I'm going to stream in November. Maybe not every day, maybe a couple times a week, maybe 3 times a week. I haven't decided yet. The other thing I have coming up is the writer's room is November 12th on my channel. And I think that's about it. Yeah.
Nice. Tomorrow I should be back here in my channel with the Romance Writers Room. We're talking about billionaire romance. So if you need a break from the write-a-thon, you can come and watch us, or you can watch us on the replay. And either way, it's fine. I will probably, depending on how I feel, I might show up for Nia's Halloween writing night. I don't know if I'll do any costume, but I'll try. And I usually stream Sundays. With the change of time with you guys, it will be 4 p.m. Eastern. It's still going to be 5 p.m. for me, but since you guys are like falling back, it's going to be 4 p.m. And The November Romance Writers Room is on the 19th, if I remember correctly. Yes, it's on the 19th. So, and that's the holiday uh episode. So check everyone out. All the links to the event and to my lovely co-hosts are on the description box. And if you are on the playlist, or if you haven't, check out the playlist of the event. Check out the description because that's just handy dandy. That just like move you to the other live, so you don't have to do much work. So,
And
see you
then
guys on another day. I need my bed.